Joining me in studio to discuss an upcoming event, Songs from the Soul, a gospel, jazz, and blues brunch, performer and founder of Morsecode Edutainment, Gail Houston, and advisor, Small Business Development Center at Binghamton University, Robin Alpaugh. Hello, how are you guys doing today?
I'm great.
Good, good. Thanks for joining me today. So first off, Gail, you are kind of a celebrity, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I guess I started this journey when I was very young and doing gospel music. Then after high school, instead of going to college, I got a recording contract at ABC Paramount, so I never got there. And we traveled all over the country, and our first record was What a Boy's Made of, a big hit. And so from that, I went into a lot of different genres of music. I always say that word wrong. But anyway,
No, it's okay.
I sing everything except opera. That's because I never learned how to breathe properly.
Opera is a difficult one. I've had opera people on to perform, and that is such a difficult one. And with breathing and really finding that voice and belting that out almost.
Yeah.
So I want to ask too, you started Morsecode Edutainment. So can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yes. During COVID, I had a play that I had written, and I could not perform it. So I created these videos, and they were about music and how you use music as medicine. And so they were put online with the Yonkers Library, one of the churches, and we were at Borough Manhattan College. And then there was a talk back afterwards, because my partner at St. Cofer is a psychotherapist. So people would talk about what they had seen and what they thought about it, and the different way music evolved, from the Negro spiritual to, I guess you would call it gospel or R&B. From that you have rock and roll, and it all came from these 5 notes. It was called a Memoirs of the Pentatonic Scale.
All right.
And people would say to me, "Oh, you can play it all different ways." I said, and I let them finish. I said, but there was no piano.
Okay.
There was no piano.
Yeah, I love that you're taking kind of your own twist on things. I love that. And you're doing a little performance for us later, so I can't wait to hear that. And I know everyone's excited to hear that too.
Okay.
So Robin, how does it feel to have a Gail, performing at one of the events that you're working with?
Sure. So when I first met Gail, and we started working just a little over a year ago, we had a meeting in our office, and she said, "Yeah, I used to do a little singing in New York," and she was very vague. And then after the meeting, I Google searched it, and I said, "Wow, I'm meeting with 1960s royalty here," and and she actually sang in our second meeting in our conference room, and I was just absolutely blown away. And so it was really a pleasure to work with her to get her not-for-profit corporation going and working with her. So.
That's awesome. No, I love that story. He told me that story before, and I laughed. That was very funny because, she's like, "Oh, no, I met her too." She's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" I was like, "How are you doing?" Hey. So tell me what people can expect at this event with the performance. But I know it's at the Kilmer Mansion, right?
Sure. So it's a brunch event. We'll start at noon. Doors will open at noon. Music will start right around 1 o'clock. It'll be an hour. We've got a small combo of local and area musicians that are going to play. And it's just going to be a way to really enjoy Gail's music. And, she really does sing from the soul, which is, you'll hear it. But it'll be an incredible performance. And not a ton of seating there. I think we can seat about 90 people. And so that's kind of our goal, to get as many community members to come out and support this.
Yeah, of course. And Gail, with the songs that you will be playing at the Kilmer Mansion, how does that differ to some of the songs that you've played throughout your entire life? Like, what makes this one really unique that people are going to be able to attend?
Because it is part of edutainment. What I'm going to do, I add spoken word. So before I do the gospel, I'll tell you where it came from. Then I go into those songs. Then that turned into the blues. And then that turned into R&B and all that kind of stuff, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to go straight to some R&B stuff that has a jazz flavor, because there's so many different ways that you can do all of these different songs. So I want to give you a taste of each one of them, and perhaps at some point somebody will have me here in concert.
All right, perfect, perfect. And I want to ask too, with the Kilmer Mansion having so much history, how does that really add to this event as a whole?
Sure. So I'm going to actually defer to Gail on this. She spoke of this about the feel, just the warm feeling that it gave off when we visited there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's always good to walk in your venue and really love it and are excited to experience it, right?
Because we were going to look at a couple of other places, but then I felt this energy in this space.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, this is the right place.
Yeah, there's so much history there. If you want to play in Binghamton, that is a great spot to play at.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, historic mansion, you know, part of history in Binghamton, and just a neat environment to perform in.
Yeah, of course. So is there food at this event too? This is kind of a brunch, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me about what people can expect with that as well, because everyone loves food in a show.
Well, that's what it is. It's a gospel brunch.
Okay.
So there will be a lot of varieties of different things, and some desserts and coffee and water and stuff like that. And so I think it's just going to be a great thing, because I don't think they've ever done this before. I don't know anybody that's done a gospel brunch here.
I've lived here my whole life, and I haven't heard of anything like this. So this is a very unique event, for sure.
And it will bring people of all spiritual, religious, and colored backgrounds. That is what I like to do, because the music was born here in America, and it is the result of cultural sharing and borrowing. A lot of people don't realize the 12-bar blues is a mixture of African beats and an Irish fiddle.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All
And
right.
so those cultures merged in New Orleans.
Okay.
And that's where it
interesting.
came from. So I have a Joanna Green. She's playing the violin.
Okay, well, I'm excited, and we will soon have a performance right here in studio for you guys. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in just 1 minute, okay?
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you. For those of you who might have missed those details, Morsecode Edutainment Inc. presents Songs from the Soul, a gospel, jazz, and blues brunch, an unforgettable afternoon of live music and history at the beautiful and historic Kilmer Mansion. Taking place on Saturday, May 10th from 12 to 2 p.m. This special event features Gail Houston, acclaimed 1960s recording artist and founder of the girl group The Purcells, known for performances at the Apollo Theater and on Dick Clark's American Bandstand.